Wingspan is the best. I'm really having more fun playing this game online than I've had playing games for most of the last 10 years. The only challenge it has is not enough people are playing it. So sometimes the matches end way too early when people just quit a match. But yeah, for $20 or less, if you find it on sale, I believe I got mine on sale a couple weeks ago. You get unlimited play, all the deck, no charges for paying each item. Once you get into the game, you can continue it, and it's super fun. I'll kick off a game right now. Like online games, you have two modes you can play. One is a 24-hour turn, which is really long. I think that these modes are really built to play against people you really know who won't just quit when they get bored or say behind. If somebody just wants to win, they go, look, here we go. I have this 24-hour turn going. It appears still not my turn, which is the challenge. Like, well, okay, that's not my turn yet. So the other option you have as an online game, you can always play offline against the computer. It's not a big deal. And you can play a real-time 5 minutes per turn. The challenge with this is that you'll be matched up with two other birders who want to play. And then you have 5 minutes each turn. Like, so I have 5 minutes right now for my initial hand selection. I can have up to 5 items of a combination of the birds and the feed. So if I need birds with the bull nests, this is a great one. I'm going to get the Baltimore Oriole for sure to start with. So I'll need that and that. And then birds in the water, in the wetlands. So I'll get a purple martin, lay an egg on any bird. This is an excellent bird to pick up. I really like that one. And it helps on the third stage. So I'll do that and take this one. So that's you have 5 minutes to do each of your selections. I'll eat fish, fine, and go. Now they'll match up with two more players who should be joining via Steam right now. And this is where the only challenge is. So sometimes if someone only wants to win and they get behind, they quit. And that's irritating. Or if life can happen and they have to quit. And this is kind of a long game. The first round is 8 turns, second round 7, third round 6, the final round is 5. So it takes a lot of turns, a lot of 5-minute waits across 3 people here. It's actually more fun to play with more people on the true board game that I play with my family. Playing with 4 people or 5 people is a lot more fun than playing just with 3. We play with 3 because me and my 2 girls will do that sometimes, but it's way more fun. You'll have more of your interactions with your cards. So say if one of your cards can provide food to all of the players, then everybody benefits, and then everyone's score goes up. If you get a benefit from someone else playing a card or taking an action, then the more people who are playing, the more times that can trigger. It's just better to have more people. Right now, the challenge of this game, though, is to have enough people. And enough people starting games at relatively the same time. So this person's already a minute 18 in. There may not be anyone out there in the lobby queuing to play. So I'll just have to sit here and wait. We have got our second player, a green owl named, let's see if they're named Cape Ave. Whoever that is. So now they'll get their 5-minute option to pick their 5 items across birds and bird food. Now, in the first habitat, which is our forest habitat, you can pick up food, and sometimes you can trade in your extra bird cards to get more food. In the grasslands, you get eggs. Sometimes you can trade in your food to get extra eggs. And in the wetlands, you get bird cards, additional cards as you want to get more as you go, or you can trade in those eggs to get additional cards. While someone else is taking their turn, there's a few things that you can do to help yourself. Is one, familiarize yourself with which birds are in the tray. So there's I don't know how to say that, a barn swallow and a Baird sparrow down here. The star nest that is visible on the barn swallow means it's a nest of all types. So if you look in the top left, top right, with the different turns, bonuses, you'll see that, a star nest would help in the first one and the third one. So if you put the 3 eggs possible there, or at least it'll count as a bird with that nest and egg in both of those. So counts in multiple categories. Then the next thing you would want to look at is what are their abilities. So say that D1 is tuck a bird card from your hand behind this bird, then you can also lay an egg on this bird. So if you need more eggs, if at some point you end up in the game with a lot of extra cards, then within a bird like this would be great to convert those cards into eggs. The barn swallow helps you trade off, like if you have birds in your hand that you don't want, you can trade it off for another option that's here in the tray or in the deck. And then the Baird Sparrow is much like my Cassini Sparrow, that it will lay an egg on any bird whenever you use that. Really helps to magnify what's happening here in the grasslands, because if you're already getting these eggs, you can get an additional egg just by having this card in your activity. There's other cards that are super great, like the blackbirds and ravens that can convert these eggs into foods of your choices. It appears we are waiting for the third player to join. This is the one challenge of the game again. And the other thing you could do to familiarize yourself while others are taking turns, or you're just playing waiting, is to see what food's in the bird feeder. So there's 2 berries here. There is a rodent, which is a mouse shape, a fish, and then this other one that has both an invertebrate or a slug and some seeds on there. If you pick that one, then you get to do a second selection and pick which one of the 2 you want. And those help you figure out, say, hey, this one needs an invertebrate and some seeds. So I have those. The Baltimore Oriole needs 2 berries, which I only have 1, and an invertebrate. So I would know here I could get some berries if I chose to get food on the first turn. So that's kind of what you can do while others are waiting. Oh, of course, you can always look away from the game and do something completely different. Which is what I do most of the time when I'm checking on my kids. I'm also thinking of building a Wingspan workout with 5-minute activities for each while you're waiting. If you're interested in that, let me know. I may try to, if I can ever get my setup the way I want it, maybe we could stream that on Twitch, working out, play some Wingspan, and go. All right, we had the third member join the game. Tizzy is in there picking their selection. We'll see if we can make this game happen. I think once it gets going, it's actually a super fun game. It's my favorite at this point in time, and we'll be able to show you why. All right, so I'm getting to take my first turn now. 8 turns left here. You can see in round 2, 7 turns. It's a lot of turns, but it's a lot of fun too. So I'll start my turn. He's got 2 birds, and lots of food. I took 2 birds and lots of food. I think I'll play my Cassini Sparrow to start with, just so that when I draw this first one, I don't just get 2 eggs. I will instead get 3, though I won't be able to hold all those eggs. So what I actually want to do is to come up here and get food first, and I'll start with my Oriole, then I'll chase my Sparrow after that. And now it's the next person's turn, and they have 5 minutes. You can see on the timer on the top left. Oh, actually, the timer's underneath my picture, so I guess you can't see that. But I'll let them do their turns, and we'll show you how this goes all the way through the end of round and end of game. All right, turn 2 of round 1. I'm going to play this Baltimore Oriole, and then the whole team. So this is where the one challenge is and the difference between playing online and playing with friends at home. And this is where the online game, at least in this mode, without playing with people you actually know, which I'll probably move toward doing over time, and I can invite some of my other compatriots to join, maybe my brothers, maybe my friends from college, who knows, maybe other people who are following this channel. And we can play games. Like what I like to play offline is to see, hey, how can we help each other to just attract as many birds as we can, get the highest score together. Here it's a lot more impersonal. So helping other people is probably going to be to my detriment. It'll help them get a higher score. Probably won't be reciprocated. But that's the way it goes. Folks on this online game just want to win, which is fine. Winning is fun. but I guarantee to you that one day I'll be able to come back with people I know, and we'll be able to own the top scores in the game. Okay, so next I can play my Cassini Sparrow, but I need one more food, so I will go ahead and get one more. I need to get an invertebrate, and I am ready for the next turn. And now we are on turn number 4 of round 1. Go ahead and play my Sparrow, so that the next time when I get eggs, I can load them up. I need to put that out there so I have a chance at getting a little bit of the bonus. Again, this is count the total number of birds with this specific nest type. Almost my turn. Double checking again what cards are available here. The black skimmer is interesting, and that'll help me with round 3. Alright, it's my turn again. Nearing the end of round 1. I have to make sure that by the end I get the egg to at least have a point on the board for the for the bonus for the round. So here we go. I'll get some food. I need this fish, and with getting an extra berry from my Baltimore Oriole, those two can combine to be whatever I need, which will be my second fish to play my black skimmer. And not a very high scoring round 1, but kind of shows how it all works. So here we go. I will take the fish. I could also convert this extra card, but I don't have so many cards that I want to convert them yet. So I'll just take the fish, and I'll take the berry, and I'll be done for the round. All right, next to... Oh, Anna's Hummingbird. They played Anna's Hummingbird in the middle, which means I can show you their deck by clicking on their icon. So the Barn Swallow helps them draw more birds. They play the Anna's Hummingbird. Oh, that's done in the wetlands. Black Vulture, Ruby Crown Kinglet. They played Anna's Hummingbird. Where'd that go? Are you here in the blue? 1, the black turn. There's Anna's Hummingbird. Lovely little guy. But I'm going to have a hard time. I at least get a point. I don't want to get 0, but I'll get a point on the board by having an egg in my 1 nest. So there we go. 2 berries equals the second fish I need plus the fish that I have, so I can play it. I don't have much of a choice on this round, but that's actually what I like about this game. Hey, you can't just pay your way through it and win every game. You have to actually see how the dice rolls and how the cards come. That's way more fun for me. All right, we are on my final turn of round 1, which has not been very high scoring at all. I'll just go ahead and lay some eggs. That's my only one that'll score a point this round. And I'll get some eggs into the wetlands. So interesting things happen at the end of each round. And I'll be able to show you how this goes once Tizzy finishes its hand. You'll be able to see the score that was accumulated. You can even see the score that you're... All right, so they use the 1. This is one of the cards that helps everybody share. So each player gains 1 food from the bird feeder, starting with the player of your choice. The person whose hand it was, not mine. So these are pretty much all the same. I'll just take this invertebrate and let it roll. They chose to let it start with me, possibly so that they can re-roll once it gets to their turn. That's the only strategy I see with the Hummingbird cards, though I love to play those, especially with my girls, so that we can help each other score higher. I got that, but they've already finished all the bonus on this round. You can't get more than 5, so if I get 2 more, I can catch them and we could share, but it's not going to be of a lot of benefit to me. I don't know if I'm going to really work on that or not. Oh, I played a Chihuahuan Raven. Yeah, good deal. Let's see what cards are available. I am first this round. Pygmy Nuthatch. I can play it. It'll help me a little bit. Not a lot. I think I'll draw cards just for the heck of it. I'll take the Pygmy Nuthatch, and I'll draw one there. Eastern Kingbird. I like that, because likely that one other guy has 1 more to play. I'll get at least 1 free invertebrate. Doesn't make a big difference, but it's also not a very expensive card to play. Let's roll those dice. No fish, no points. Alright, very short round. I'll go ahead and play one to get some points. I got a free fish. Very nice. Got lots of fish here. But this one will actually help me a little on the bonus. I could at least tie, maybe? We'll see. Alright, just 3 turns to go. And more fish. That is that belted kingfisher is an excellent card. Alright, I will play my pygmy nuthatch. Just because. Why did it? I had no invertebrates. Fine. And 2 eggs. There's 1, 2. Here we go. So I've split it. Now we all have to share. Well, he's got second place. So we'll have to share that bonus, which is fine. But overall, I am kind of hurting on points. I play my Osprey just to get 5 more points. Trade 1 egg, 1 point for 5 points. Should help me a little bit. 2 turns to go. I'm just going to go ahead and play that Osprey to get the points. See if that helps as we finish things off. So I had to burn 2 points, which is 1 food, 1 egg, to get a 5-point Osprey on the board. Alright, here we go. Final turn. Best play is to get 4 points instead of 3 points. I run this. Turn the extra card into a 4th point. It doesn't really matter what I get. Just the extra food. I like berries and fish. There we go. Took a card from my hand. I do not have a card from my hand, because I traded it in to get a food already. I'll take one of those, and I will get an extra point for everyone. I honestly didn't make very good use of my Raven. I think I used it 1 time. When I have a card like this on the board, it's generally better to have it in, kind of go light on the forest birds, but that was the goal of the round. I kind of got mixed up. Probably could have got a higher total score if I had focused on continuing to drive my food through the Raven and picking these up, but had a slow start. Had a good time. We'll see how it all adds up, you know, as this whole thing winds down. That is kind of the challenge of this game, is if you don't get a strong, solid start, that's where I believe a lot of folks will quit. Thankfully, the people in this game didn't quit, probably because I'm anchoring the scores of everything. Like, they know that I'm way behind, so they have a chance of, you know, contesting each other. This Green Owl is likely to be the winner, given the last view I saw of their cards. Let's look at them together. Yeah, I mean, look at, there's 8 eggs there. Excellent use of those cards. A lot of eggs, a lot of bird cards played, and even more bird cards played down here, some of which 8, 9 points. You will see a very high score out of this character, because I believe they use their Chihuahuan Raven a lot more effectively and much more rapidly than I could. Like, look, repeat a brown power on one other bird in this habitat. So they could turn these eggs into 4 specific foods they need every turn. That is amazing. So the Mockingbird plus the Raven, that's amazing. On the grasslands where you're farming eggs, it's an excellent play. But you can't guarantee that you'll get birds like that in your hand. It's very well played. And they have a crow here where they're doing it again. So I see a lot of folks playing the crows and the ravens. I think this black vulture is excellent too. If you can play it early enough to get a lot of turns so that it can generate some food for you. I don't believe this person got much out of the wetlands, except at the end going for some additional points by playing like high point cards like the puffin and the bald eagle. But they have done really well. I wonder what he's thinking about. He's been having a turn for quite some time now of the 5 minutes. Oh no, the highest scoring player is timing out at the end of the game. That's the weakness of this thing. Is it going to time out? Is he going to get the play in? Or are they going to lose because they're going to quit at the end? That's terrible. Come on, man. Yeah, user left the game at the end, and they were winning. I mean, just go ahead and play it. I want to see how it works out, but let's see how this goes. So we would have all tied. We all had 5 in the forest. Let's see what the total score would have been. That is just such a bummer that they quit at the end. Wow. They have to have... Actually, I had a lot of bird points. I wasn't way behind there. Ooh. Yeah, this green owl, serious business. Look at all the eggs. And they passed me, and I'm holding up the rear. But the winner quit at the end. It's such a bummer. All right, but yeah, when you're done, no, I don't want to save the archive because they quit. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you start playing. If you do, join the Discord for Wingspan so that you can find a matchup for folks who won't quit, and maybe even have a discussion during the game, and we can like build a 4 to 5 person game that could, I guarantee, can outscore these 3-person games nearly every time. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a happy holiday.